Hi, today we're doing food that looks like other food. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich cookies. Start off with some sugar cookie dough that's been bought at the store, and you want to cut off or take out 1/4 of it. And then put the other section in the refrigerator to chill. Then take that quarter section and add to it 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa. And just blend it together well so that the cocoa is evenly distributed in the cookie dough and you get a nice brown color. And when you're done with that, you're going to cover and refrigerate. Then for the other piece, the other 3/4, you need to make sure it's about 5.5 inches long, but there's really not much you have to do with it. It's about that length anyway, so just make sure that you chill it after you get the right length. And you use this is why you use wax paper and a little bit of flour, because it sticks like crazy. So then take the brown piece with the cocoa in it, and you want to spread it out so that you get a rectangle that's 9.5 by 6.5 inches. And add a little bit of flour to it and to your rolling pin if you need to. And just keep rolling it until you get that rectangle, that approximate rectangle size. I just marked off the dimensions here to give me an idea how big it needs to be. Then once you get your rectangle, you're going to take that white piece of dough and you're going to place it right in the center. And lifting up the waxed paper, you're just going to lift the chocolate section up over top, push it down, and you'll see it stick to it. And then the other side. So you're going to completely wrap the white dough with the brown dough. And just seal up the seam there so that you don't see any white showing through. And once you're done with that, you're going to put it in you're going to wrap it and put it in the freezer for about 10 minutes to make sure it's chilled well. And as you're rolling this around, you're going to try to make it into a rough rectangle shape by flattening the sides. So you get 4 sides. And as you're doing this, you're going to realize there's some air trapped in between the chocolate and the white. So just squeeze that air out and make sure that the chocolate is well adhered well to the white portion. So then you wrap it up and put it in the freezer for 10 minutes. And once that's done, you're going to take a sharp knife and you're going to cut 1/4 inch slices. Yes, this looks a little awkward, but I'm trying not to get in the way of the camera here. It's not the best way to cut something. And then when you get the slice, you see it already looks a little like bread. You're just going to try to squeeze in the top of the loaf and then just try to make the bottom part a little bit square so that you get like a slice of bread, and then put them on an ungreased cookie sheet. I always use silicone mats on my cookie sheets because it just helps. They don't stick at all, and there's very little cleanup to do. They're wonderful, those silicone mats, as you've heard me say before. And then once you get them all on there, you're going to bake them in the oven at 350 degrees for 8 to 11 minutes. Now my cookie sheet that I have is insulated, which means there's an air pocket in there, and I actually cooked them for a lot longer than that. It's probably more like 15 to 18 minutes took for mine. Then take them out of the oven and you'll see how much they spread. They spread a lot. So leave at least 2 inches between each cookie when you put them on the cookie sheet. But if they are touching, it's easy to fix. You just take a little spatula and then just separate them. And at the same time, you can make the sides of the cookies nice and straight so that they look like slices of bread as well. And of course, the best time to do this is when they're hot. Now, in preparation, let the cookies cool completely. And then you have a nice side and a not nice side. So you want to have the nice sides facing out. So on the less nice side, you're going to spread some peanut butter. I put about, I'd say, 3/4 of a tablespoon here. You could put more or less depending on your tastes. And then a little bit of jelly. I'm putting strawberry jam here, but you can put grape jelly if you like. And spread it right to the edges because you want it to show on the edges, right? So that you can actually see what's inside the little sandwich. And then just put the top on there like that. And there you go. PB&J sandwich. You can also cut these in half and actually I find it even looks even more realistic if you cut it in half. So that's what I've done here. Well, not quite here, right about here. There we are. And they make a more manageable sized cookie because these are really big cookies. If I could make these again, I'd make them a little bit smaller in diameter.